taking the warm-up, so they still have about 5 minutes to go in their warm-up time, and then we'll get right to it. Again, Rutland High and Harwood in Game 2. And we haven't seen the Otters in a couple of weeks, Perry, but two pretty good hockey games. Unfortunately, for the Otters' sake, they came out on the losing end 6-4 in both games. We'll see what happens here tonight. The Otters will be playing without the services of defenseman Matt McDevitt, who has a school commitment tonight, and also Cam Whitehorn, who has a broken collarbone. So they're a little bit undermanned as they go up against Twin Valley in this league game, the Northeast Hockey League. This is the first year of the Northeast Hockey League. Yeah, the Otters actually, they've had a pretty good season so far. I mean, they've really outshot their opponents from what we saw in the last couple games, but they just couldn't get the amount of goals to win the game. If they could put it all together tonight, they could have a good possibility for a win here. So we'll see what happens in this game here between the Otters of Coach Andy Elms and Matthew Birmingham's Twin Valley Flyers at the Royce Mandigo Arena. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this timeout. The Royce Mandigo Arena. Both games tonight will be on Channel 15, shown at a later date. Jack Gable is our cameraman for this one tonight. Game 1, Twin Valley and the Otters. Let's check the starting lineups again for the Twin Valley Flyers of Coach Matthew Birmingham. 9-6-1 overall, 2-2 in league play. And they will be starting Tim Johnson in goal. Tim Birmingham will be centering a line of Mark Parenti and Matt Howe with George Andrade and Wojtek Snaskowitz at the points. Ed Helmer will be centering a line of Dan Adams and Tio Zager with Jay Young and John Rupert at the points. And Kyle Whitbeck will be centering a line of Robert Richards and Chris Johnson. Corey Johnson will be centering a line of Dan Jensen and Justin Williams. So a few Johnsons on the Twin Valley Club. We got Chris Johnson and Corey Johnson. As we look down, Chris is on the third line and Corey is on the fourth line if they go that deep. For the Otters, it'll be Damian Gilmette getting the starting nod in goal. Aaron Cook will be centering a line of Ryan Smith and Mike Rao. And Brian Montgomery and Chuck Gady will be at the points. Nate Sabrin will be centering a line of Andy McDevitt and Doug Densmore.
Between the Raha Otter and the Twin Valley Flyers. Introducing first, the Twin Valley Flyers, number 1, in net, Tim Johnson. Number 4, playing defense, Wojtek Snaskowitz. Defense, number 6, George Andrea. Center, number 9, Tim Birmingham. Left wing, number 10, Matt Howe. Right wing, number 27, Mark Morente. Number 88, John Rupert. Number 2, Jay Young. Number 12, Dan Adams. Number 13, Theo Zagar. Number 7, Ed Helmer. Number 11, Kyle Whitbeck. Number 14, Chris Johnson. Number 23, Robert Ricard. Number 3, Justin Williams. Number 8, Corey Johnson. And number 17, Dan Johnson. For the home Raha Otter, in net wearing number 29, Damian Gillette. Defense, number 22, Brian Montgomery. Number 11 on defense, Chuck Gady. Center, number 12, Aaron Cook. Left wing, number 28, Mike Rowe. Right wing, number 9, Brian Smith. Number 25, Nate Sabrin. Number 20, Andy McDevitt. Number 5, Doug Densmore. Number 16, Joe Allery. Number 18, Scott Liddell. And number 8, Joe Buckley. Tonight's officials are Mr. Powell and Mr. Call will now have the playing of the national anthem.
hockey doubleheader, and I believe this is our last doubleheader of the year. I could be mistaken, but we'll check out the schedule. Coming up this week on WSYB Sports, another busy week. On Tuesday night, we'll have boys basketball, Rutland High and Mount Anthony. Wednesday night, we'll be back here at Royce Mandigo for hockey. It'll be MSG hosting Brattleboro on the air at 6:50. Then on Thursday night, girls basketball, it'll be Rutland and Mill River. We'll be on the air at 7:20. Then Friday night, boys basketball, it'll be Rutland High and Springfield. We'll be on the air at 7:20 for that. And then Saturday, a week from tonight, we'll have hockey action for you. And I believe that one is Rutland and Brattleboro a week from tonight. And that is an early game. A week from tonight, let's see here. Yeah, that would be Rutland High and Brattleboro on Saturday, February 4th, 5:20. That would be the only game we have for you a week from tonight. We'll see Brattleboro a couple of times next week. Against MSG on Wednesday night and against Rutland High a week from tonight. So busy week coming up and a busy night tonight. Game 1, Twin Valley and the Otters. Game 2, Rutland High and Harwood. Damian Gilmet in goal off to our right for the Otters. Twin Valley will be going left to right. And Tim Johnson in goal for Twin Valley off to our left. The Otters will be going right to left here in the first period. That alignment as I gave it to you. Tim Birmingham centering a line of Mark Parenti and Matt Howell with George Andrade and Wojtek Staskowitz at the points. Aaron Cook along with Ryan Smith and Mike Rao with Brian Montgomery and Chuck Gady at the points. Puck down and we're underway. Immediately goes to the Twin Valley line, but Montgomery pokes it into the Twin Valley zone. Back forward, Staskowitz gets it up to center, but Rao intercepts, and his pass intercepted at center ice as sending it into the zone. Parenti for Birmingham, hit by Gady along the far boards in the Otter zone. Gady tries to kick it away, and finally is poked up to center, and back forward is Staskowitz as he retreats to his own zone for Twin Valley. Backhands it up to center where Rao finds it and fires all the way in on Johnson. He has to make the save and leaves it for George Andrade. George Andrade tried to start it out right wing side, kept in for a moment by the Otters, but the Flyers get it out to center. And back to his own line is Gady for the Otters, up to Aaron Cook, skates it left to right. Aaron Cook over skates it, Birmingham over the Otter line, poke checked away back out to center by Gady. Now it is knocked ahead to Cook from Ryan Smith, but then he lost it. And now controlling its center is Matt Howe, who steers it into the Otter zone. Back forward is Brian Montgomery, clears it back out to center to Aaron Cook, and he trickles the puck back into the Twin Valley zone. As back forward Staskowitz clears it back out to center, and back forward is Brian Montgomery, retreats to his own line. The Otters change up. Montgomery to the red line, fires in wide of Johnson, and back forward now George Andrade. Andrade up for Staskowitz. Staskowitz sends it along the near boards as he wanted to go to Helmer. Twin Valley had changed up. And now with it at center ice is Adams. Adams skates it over the line. Adams got a stick on it down the slot, but ridden off the puck as Andy McDevitt sends it up to center, and it's knocked back into the Otter zone all the way in on Gilmet. He was screened by Allery, and Gilmet actually had to make a tough save. Now with it is Densmore, getting it out left wing side. Pass goes too far for McDevitt, knocked away at the Twin Valley line. The Otters get it back into the zone, and back forward Rupert behind his own cage for the Flyers. Rupert clears it all the way back down into the Otter zone off the near boards, and back forward is Gady. As it was sent to Gady near side. Gady behind his own goaltender. Sends it up right wing side for Andy McDevitt. And his pass too far for Sabrin, and Rupert now back forward in the Twin Valley zone. Sabrin knocked it down, and Rupert gets it back again and clears it the length of the ice. This will be icing against Twin Valley. No score, the early going, 12:44 remaining in the first period. That second line for Twin Valley, Helmer along with Adams and Zager, Young and Rupert, but now they change up again. Staskowitz is at a point along with Andrade. Helmer and Adams and Zager are still up front. They changed up on the defense. Aaron Cook's line, the first line along with Smith and Rowell back in for the Otters. As the Otters control in the zone, the backhander from the circle by Cook, knocked away by Johnson. Might have got a piece of that as it went to the end board. Ryan Smith with it. Ryan Smith lost it to Staskowitz in behind the cage. Staskowitz initially fanned and trying to clear it. Ryan Smith still in there forechecking. And finally, Staskowitz clears it out to center. And there with it is Brian Montgomery. Montgomery bumped to the line, but controls again in the Twin Valley zone. On a battle there with Helmer along the near boards. Goes to the end board now in behind Johnson. Ryan Smith digs it out. A penalty coming up here against Twin Valley to Montgomery at the circle. The shot goes in wide. Out to Allery at the right point. Otters still control. Penalty coming up against Twin Valley. And they finally touch up at center ice Ed Helmer. And here comes the penalty coming up against the Twin Valley Flyers.
And I think that's going to be a hold.
So the Otters will be going on the power play. Indeed, it is a hold. And let's see, he'll be going off. I believe it'll be Helmer. Ed Helmer going off for holding for Twin Valley. 11:59 remaining in the first period. Game one of our doubleheader here at Royce Mandigo. And the Otters with the first power play opportunity of the hockey game. The draw at center ice at Birmingham and Cook. It goes to Smith. To Cook over the Twin Valley line. Poked away out to center, and Brian Montgomery with it. Back over the red line, over the Flyer line. And it's offside, Otters. We'll have the draw just outside the Otter zone here. On the power play, Aaron Cook with Ryan Smith. And Brian Montgomery. Let's see, Nate Sabrin, Aaron Cook, Ryan Smith, Brian Montgomery, and Chuck Gady are at the points. Draw just outside of the Twin Valley line. Cook and Birmingham. Gady back forward in his own zone for the Otters. Up to Sabrin at center. Retreats back to his own zone. Being shadowed there by Birmingham. Now Sabrin to the red line, and then he flips it in behind Johnson. Twin Valley zone, back forward Staskowitz. Swings it around his own cage. Took a funny bounce out to the right point to Gady. Fires in wide. Otters on the power play for a minute and 25 seconds. Out to Montgomery, a shot wide. Comes around the boards to the right point to Gady. Lines it up. Flips it all the way in on Johnson. Makes the save to the far corner now. With it is Ryan Smith. Out to the right point to Gady. Gady now to the left point. Wanted to go to Montgomery. And it took a funny bounce off the near boards to the circle. The puck just standing there. It is cleared the length of the ice by Twin Valley. Coming down on a minute left on the Otter power play. 11 minutes left in the first period. There's no score. And Gady back forward as Twin Valley changes up. Otters control at center with Ryan Smith. Taps it ahead too far for Cook. All the way into the Twin Valley zone. And back forward is Andrade behind his own cage. Andrade flips it along the near boards, length of the ice, as Twin Valley doing a nice job of killing off the penalty. 40 seconds left in the Otter power play. Back forward for the Otters, Brian Montgomery. Montgomery will start it out up the middle now for the Otters. Pass on the right wing side up to center to Ryan Smith. Skates it over the red line and dumps it into the Twin Valley zone in behind Johnson. Andrade back forward behind his own cage. Then lost it to Cook. Staskowitz now finds it and then goes down. Sabrin and Staskowitz both go down and cover up the puck, and we'll have a draw here in the Twin Valley zone to the right of Tim Johnson. Andy McDevitt coming in now along with Doug Densmore. Montgomery remains in the game. No, he'll be coming off now. Allery now. It'll be Sabrin up with Andy McDevitt and Densmore. Allery and Gady at the points. The draw to the right of Tim Johnson in the Twin Valley zone. 18 seconds left in the Otter power play. Puck loose in the circle. Densmore tries to dig it out. Gets bumped. Back for it. Rupert tries to clear. Knocked down by Sabrin in the zone. Sabrin's hit comes loose to Densmore in behind Johnson. Densmore to the far corner. Densmore out to the right point to Gady. Gady lines it up. Fires all the way in. Deflected wide. Penalty is over. Both teams at full strength. And the score by the Otters is playing the puck off the end board and tucking it in. Nate Sabrin. It's 1-0 Otters. Just as the penalty was over, the shot from the right point went in wide at the end board. It was picked up by Sabrin, and he stuffed it in far post, beat Johnson, and the Otters take a 1-0 lead.
Boy, unfortunate goal there for against Twin Valley. The goaltender, Tim Johnson, actually had that save, but he looked behind him, and he poked it home.
Somehow it squeezed home. Chuck Gady on the assist, Sabrin on the goal. Gady's shot went in wide. Sabrin grabbed it off the end board just as the penalty was over. As here's Densmore from the left wing circle. He scores! Doug Densmore from the left wing circle has turned around, beat Johnson, and quickly the Otters have two quick goals. They lead at 2-0 with 9:39 remaining here in the first period.
Boy, what a turnaround there, and I think they caught the Flyers off guard on that one. Rushed right into the zone and got the thing accomplished. That was great for the Otters. That was
it. As we were explaining, the other goal, the assist from Gady, the goal from Sabrin. Play was back in quickly in the Twin Valley zone, and Doug Densmore scoring for the Otters. We'll catch the assist here in just a moment. Play back in. Allery wanted to go up to Cook, intercepted at center by Chris Johnson over the Otter line. Fires all the way in on Gilmet, and Gilmet makes the save and covers up on the rebound.
I want to say Nate Sabrin had an assist on that.
I think I heard Sabrin.
Yeah, Doug Densmore, I believe.
Densmore on the goal, and I believe, well, we'll catch that at the end of the period. Again, once play is underway, tough to hear those announcements. Yeah, Saberin on the assist. There's the announcement again from Wendell Tilden. Play back in at center. It's Cook over the line and the Twin Valley line. He's bumped by Saskowitz as the puck comes loose to Peretti. And finally, it is covered up here. I don't know exactly what happened. The whistle blew, and we'll have a draw to the left of Tim Johnson in the Twin Valley line. So the Otters scoring that goal from Saberin with 9:56 remaining in the period. And then 17 seconds left at Densmore scoring as the Otters have the 2-0 lead. Now 9:07 remaining in the first period. Saberin taking the draw with Birmingham. Went to Buckley for a moment, then he lost it as Buckley seeing some ice time. As skating it out to center was Peretti. Got it into the Otters zone, but is cleared out. Montgomery to Loisel. Pass behind Saberin. Goes to Buckley, hit at the Twin Valley line. Now Gady over for it, and Gady fires the puck in behind Johnson, but it's offside Otters. We'll have the draw just outside the Twin Valley zone here.
Andy McDevitt also got an assist on that goal.
Okay, Andy McDevitt also. Birmingham on the draw along with Saberin just outside the Twin Valley line. The Otters get it into the Flyer zone and back forward Birmingham now. Tim Birmingham looking, holding the puck, still in his own zone. Try to clear it out, kept in by Montgomery, skates into the circle, and he fires in, deflected off the goaltender Johnson off the glass. And over forward is Peretti, and Peretti skates it up to center for Twin Valley. As Saberin comes over to knock the puck away as he goes down. So did Peretti as he steers it into the Otters zone. The Otters clear it back down into the Flyer zone, and back forward is Wojtek Staskowitz. He gets it back out to center. Saberin fires back into the Twin Valley zone in behind Johnson, and a back forward Andrade. And he is bumped as Saberin steals in the zone in behind Johnson. Saberin now to Smith, right wing circle, fires in, deflected, it went wide. That came off a stick of one of the defensemen. Loisel now along the near boards, wanted to go to Montgomery. Loisel has it, backhands it to the far boards. Over forward Andrade, tried to clear it away and does, as standing on it on the way by was Peretti. The Otters control at center as it's knocked back into the zone by Montgomery. And it finally is poked back out to center. The Otters send it to the Twin Valley line, and the Flyers control now all the way into the Otters zone. Coming in is Peretti. He's bumped by Montgomery. Puck goes to the far corner. Gady is bumped by Ed Helmer. Still in the Otters zone along the far boards. When Valley tries to control, Cook steals at the circle, then had it poked away by Staskowitz to the near corner, still in the Otters zone. Montgomery tried to clear it away. In forechecking is Adams. Sent it in front, deflected by Gady to the far boards for Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith looking to clear, clears it out to center and back forward Jay Young. Young steers it back into the Otters zone where Cook skates it back out to center, up over the red line. Cook over the Twin Valley line, stick handling along the far boards, and he gets it to Ryan Smith, but we have a penalty coming up here for holding against Twin Valley. Nope, apparently not. I thought they were going to call. I don't know what they called there. Did they call a hand pass?
No, it was definitely a holding call.
Yeah, here it comes. Okay.
Dan Adams.
Dan Adams will be going off for holding. I thought I saw the signal. So the Otters go on their second power play opportunity. It was right after Twin Valley killed that first penalty when the Otters scored on that goal by Nate Saberin. So the Otters again on the power play as Birmingham and Saberin on the draw, but comes out to the right point now to Montgomery along the far boards. He's bumped there, and finally it comes back out to center. Birmingham over the red line, over the Otter line. Birmingham had it poked away by Allery on a nice play. Allery hits Birmingham, and back forward is Andy McDevitt. Starts it out left wing side for the Otters. The Otters lead at 2-0, 6:40 remaining first period. Otters on the power play, goes to Saberin, and it's an offside against the Otters. The Saberin was over the line ahead of the play. A minute 36 remaining on the Otter power play. 6:37 now remaining in the first period. The Otters on goals by Nate Saberin and Doug Densmore, lead it by a score of 2-0. Saberin's goal came about 17 seconds or so before the goal by Doug Densmore. Draw just outside the Twin Valley line, and the Flyers clear it all the way back down to the Otter zone. A minute 30 left on the Otter power play. Montgomery, Allery, Saberin, Densmore, and McDevitt in there right now for the Otters. Montgomery coast to coast over the Twin Valley line. Skates it to the right wing circle on Andrade. He's bumped there by Helmer, but still controlling. Out to the point to Allery. Lines it up, fires through a screen. Kick save, left skate of Johnson, and is cleared back down into the Otter zone. And backboard is Allery for the Otters. 1:04 left on the Otter power play. Allery clears it back out to center, intercepted by Matt Howe at center. Then he lost it to Andy McDevitt, skates it over the Twin Valley line. Hit by Staskowitz, and finally cleared out by Twin Valley. As Gilmet will leave it behind his own cage. 47 seconds remaining now on the Otter power play as Gady got it up to center to Sabrin, up over the red line, and he fires into the Twin Valley zone in behind Johnson. Back forward Andrade. Andrade to Staskowitz. Staskowitz lost it for a moment. Now Andrade got it back again and clears out to center, and Allery steers it back into the Flyer zone. Cleared back out to center by Helmer, and back forward in his own zone is Allery for the Otters. Got it to Gady, had his pass knocked down. Gady got it back again and squeezes it to the Twin Valley line. Staskowitz tried to clear it away, knocked down. The Otters controlling the zone now. Cook to Andy McDevitt, back in front to Cook, and he scores! And it's 3-0 Otters, and that is a power play goal. That coming with 5:09 remaining here in the first period.
Boy, that was a nice play, too. Aaron Cook came down the center of the ice. He actually took the puck from about 3 Flyers that were just bunched right up. I think it was with Montgomery, I guess, was tied up at the left point. Nate
Sabrin on another assist there. He's got a couple plus a goal, and Aaron Cook on the power play goal. Both teams at full strength now as plays underway at center ice. With it is Chris Johnson for Twin Valley. Fires in behind Gilmet to the near corner. Richards in. Richards dug it out of the corner and tried to center it. It's deflected out to center, and back for Young. Fires back in front where Montgomery stops in front of his own goaltender Gilmet. And he clears it all the way back down into the Flyer zone. The Flyers knock it back into the Otter zone. Gady flips it all the way back into the Twin Valley zone, length of the ice. So it went by Rupert, and this will be icing, whistle down against the Otters. So that a power play by Aaron Cook. Sabrin, Densmore, and Cook have the Otter goals, and they're off and running. They lead at 3-0 with 4:41 remaining here in the first period.
That goal was a pretty given goal by Aaron Cook and Nate Sabrin. Right down in the Flyer zone. The second one tonight.
The draw to the right of Gilmet as the Otters clear it all the way back down to the Twin Valley zone. That was Corey Johnson seeing ice time on that draw. And again, this will be icing against the Otters, and we'll have the draw back in the Otter zone to the left of Damian Gilmet, the Otter goaltender. Scott Loisel in with Nate Sabrin, Brian Montgomery, Chuck Gady, and Joe Buckley is in now for the Otters as well. As taking the draw will be Corey Johnson. Also in is Justin Williams. Staskowitz and Andrade are at the points. Also on the left wing side is Dan Jensen. Off the draw, Jensen looking for it, the slot out to Staskowitz at the point. Flips it in and goes wide of Gilmet. And the Otters play it off the end board. Over forward is Gady. Gady sends it up now to Scott Loisel. Loisel gets it out to Buckley at center, up over the red line, over the Twin Valley line. Buckley wanted to go to Sabrin, pass went behind him. Loisel digs it out, fires in for the near board save. Johnson. Sabrin with it, in behind Johnson. Nate Sabrin to the far boards, to the far corner now as he changes direction. Bumped by Andrade, still controlling, hit the side of the cage. And now with it is Corey Johnson. But we have a penalty coming up here.
Another hold on the Flyers.
So the Otters go on their third power play opportunity. On the first one, they scored right after the penalty was over. They cashed in on the second one, and going off now is Wojtek Staskowitz for holding. This is the third power play opportunity of the first period for the Otters, with 3:58 remaining here in the first period, and the Otters have a 3-0 lead, and the draw will come in the Twin Valley zone to the left of Tim Johnson. It'll be Aaron Cook, Andy McDevitt, Ryan Smith, Chuck Gady, and Brian Montgomery on the Otter power play. Tim Birmingham will take the draw with Aaron Cook to the left of Johnson. Off the draw, goes to the corner. As Twin Valley tries to clear it out, Montgomery kept it in, sent it in behind Johnson. Ryan Smith over for it along the far boards. Out to the right point now to Gady. Back to Smith. Wanted to go back to Gady on the give and go. Finally came out to the point to Montgomery. Sends it to Andy McDevitt at the left wing circle. Half back to Montgomery. Couldn't quite get to it. It's cleared all the way back down into the Otter zone, and back for it is Chuck Gady. Shadowed there by Ed Helmer. Helmer had actually taken the draw before. Birmingham was back. With it is Andy McDevitt. Top of the left wing circle, sent it to the slot. McDevitt looking for it, and it just hit the puck to the near corner. Montgomery is bumped there by Andrade. Montgomery keeps it alive nicely. Montgomery trying to bring it in front, poked away by the goaltender Johnson, and the Flyers managed to clear it out to centers. McDevitt couldn't quite keep it in. It just trickled over the blue line. Minute 15 left on the Otter power play opportunity, their third of the hockey game. And 3:12 left here in the first period. The Otters with a 3-0 lead. The draw will come just outside the Twin Valley line.
Otter's a very dangerous team with the power play. One of the few in the league I've seen right now that really knows how to work.
It'll be Helmer this time taking the draw along with Cook. Birmingham had been taking draws as well. Rupert over along the far boards, can't clear. Gady along the far boards, keeps it in for the Otters to Smith. Twin Valley zone. Smith at the right wing circle, wanted to send it back out to Montgomery, went behind him. It trickles back down into the Otter zone. Minute left on the Otter power play, 2:55 left in the first period. As the Otters control at center, Smith to Rao over the Twin Valley line. He's bumped and he gets it back again and shoots it in behind the goaltender. As in for checking Aaron Cook, back in front to Rao. He one times and it goes wide. Rao back out to the left point now to Montgomery. To the right point now to Gady. Gady lines it up, fires in, it goes wide of Johnson off the end board, played by Cook. Cook on a battle there with Adams. Comes along the near boards to Montgomery, fires in wide around the boards to the right point to Gady. Gady lines it up from the point, and a shot deflected in behind the cage. It comes to the near corner now, and Rao digs it out along the near boards. Out to Montgomery, top of the left wing circle. He overskates it, and the Flyers get it out to center. As with it is Helmer, got it into the Otter zone, but back forward easily is Gady behind his own cage. 10 seconds left on the Otter power play. Gady out to Rao at center, up over the red line. Rao fires into the Twin Valley zone. Around the boards it goes. Ryan Smith along the far boards. Ryan Smith is bumped. Kept alive by Rupert in behind the cage. Otters in forechecking. The penalty is over. Both teams at full strength as back is Staskowitz. Cook looking for it. Comes loose to Rao. Rao sends it off the far boards for Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith now wanted to go back to Cook at the right wing circle. It's intercepted as the Flyers skated out to center. And skating it to the red line is Staskowitz, and then he backhands it into the Otters zone, and back for it is Gady. Minute 30 left in the first period. The Otters with a 3-0 lead. With it now, Nate Sabrin retreats in front of his own goaltender and starts it out right wing side. Sabrin off the near boards, clears it all the way to the Twin Valley line. Flyers fire the puck back into the Otters zone, and this will be icing against Twin Valley. Minute 17 left in the first period. The Otters with the 1-0 lead. Sabrin, Densmore, and Cook all scoring for the Otters in this one. Will have the draw to the right of Twin Valley goaltender Tim Johnson. Staskowitz and Andrade at the points. Now Birmingham is coming in. And also Matt Howe is in there. And also in there is Mark Peretti for Twin Valley. Now, before they were mixing up the lines, Birmingham had been taking the draw before, and then he was on a wing with Helmer taking the draw. Now Birmingham is sent out of the cage, and Mark Peretti comes in to take the draw to the right of Johnson, and it comes along the near boards out to the left point to Allery. Shot deflected wide. As over for it is Andy McDevitt, far corner. McDevitt to the end board. McDevitt changes direction now. Fans on it. He's bumped there as he was bumped by Peretti. And finally cleared out to center by Staskowitz onto the stick of Matt Howe. Howe over the line. Howe still controlling along the near boards. Otter zone. Hit by Allery. 48 seconds left in the first period. Allery looking for it. Otter's looking to clear. Comes out to the right point to Andrade. Birmingham, he takes the shot from the right wing circle and saved by Gilmet, and he hangs on. Again, we have to wait for these. I say it at least once a game. When we see some of these uniforms that don't have the numbers on the side, we have to wait for a lot of them to
do the 360.
Yeah, to do the 360 here. So sometimes we have to guess when their backs are not facing us. Off the draw, it's cleared all the way down into the Twin Valley zone. Andy McDevitt on a chase, and he beats everybody. The puck is shot saved by Johnson. Off the rebound, Densmore. And Densmore sent it to the corner. Then he gets hit by Birmingham. Sabrin comes over. Peretti over there as well. 20 seconds left in the first period. As the puck comes around along the near boards now for Allery, can't quite chase it down. Poked all the way into the Otter zone. Montgomery back for it. Chops it up to his own line to Allery. Now Sabrin with it from Densmore over the red line. And Saber into the blue line, fires in, and Johnson makes the glove save, leaves it for Andre. 3 seconds left in the first period. Andre clears it out to the line, and that's the end of the period. So the Otters very impressive in the first period, getting goals from Saber and Densmore and Cook. Aaron Cook's goal on the power play, as the Otters had 3 power play opportunities. We played 1 here in game 1 of our doubleheader, and after 1, our score, the Otters 3 and Twin Valley nothing. We'll be back after this timeout.
Coke.
Diet Coke, okay. See, because he's looking to get in shape, so he's changed from Mountain Dew to Diet Coke. Again, tonight's game will be on Channel 15 at a later date.
Also, Jack, just in case you were wondering, the Bruins lost today.
Yes, I knew that. I was just about ready to say that. Philadelphia beat the Bruins 2-1. As the Bruins continue to get great goaltending, but they don't have that high-scoring attack, at least so far in the early going. Philadelphia handing the Bruins their first loss of the year. You missed that one earlier, 2-1. Also, thanks to Bob Montgomery, who continues to feed us the hot chocolate between periods of Otter games. We thank him very much. And I swear, I've said this many times before, the best hot chocolate in the world is here. They absolutely make the best hot chocolate in the world. It is the best I've ever tasted. Of course, it's not one of the only places I've ever had hot chocolate, but it's still the best in the world. I'll tell you. New ice just about down. We'll be set to go here momentarily for second period action. At the end of the game, we'll have a Otters 7th Player Award winner. We haven't given out the prizes as yet, but the 7th Player Award winner, the unsung hero for the Otters, will get the cap from H.A. Eddy Energy Fast Break on Woodstock Avenue. Don't forget to visit H.A. Eddy Energy Fast Break for all your grocery needs. They're on Woodstock Avenue. Also, at the end of the game, we'll have a J.P. Carrera & Sons Otter Most Valuable Player. Again, nobody has gotten their prizes as yet. By the end of the year, everybody will get their prizes. Sometimes we get a little bit behind, but J.P. Carrera & Sons with the MVP. So we'll have the 7th Player Award winner from H.A. Eddy Energy Fast Break and the J.P. Carrera & Sons Most Valuable Player Award winner for the Otters at the end of the game as well, as we will for Game 2. Busy week on WSYB Sports. Monday night, of course, Sports Talk, 6:05 to 7. From now on, the Sports Talk Show will be in studio, so instead of Sports Live from Savvy's, it'll be Savvy's Sports Talk. I gave that the new name earlier today. I hope you were with me on WSYB. Savvy Sports Talk in studio, 6:05 to 7 Monday night. Tuesday night, boys basketball, Rutland High against Mount Anthony. We'll be on the air at 7:20 with that one. On Wednesday, we have high school hockey. It'll be MSJ in Brattleboro. We'll be on the air at 6:50 with that one. Thursday night, we'll have girls basketball. It'll be Rutland High in Mill River. We'll be on the air at 7:20. Friday night, we have boys basketball. Rutland High in Springfield. We'll be on the air at 7:20. Then Saturday, a week from tonight, we'll have one game only. It'll be the first, actually, I think it's the only game scheduled. It'll be 5:20 broadcast time a week from tonight. It'll be Rutland High in Brattleboro, so we'll see the high-flying Brattleboro Colonels a couple of times this week. Wednesday against MSJ and Saturday against Rutland, the Brattleboro club, first place in the Lakes Division, or Division 2, if you will, in regular season play. So both teams are out. The Otters will be going left to right here in the second period. They're warming up Tim Johnson off to our right, and Damian Gilmet will be off to our left, as Twin Valley, the Flyers, will be going right to left here in the second period. So far, the Otters pretty much doing everything that they have wanted to do, as they have completely dominated play here in this one so far, leading at 3-0 on goals by Nate Saber and Doug Densmore and Aaron Cook.
Yeah, so far we haven't had any threats at all for Dave Gilmet in net. I said, boy, we could have given him a hot chocolate out there, I think, during that.
Would have had plenty of time. Damian Gilmet.
The Rutland-Brattleboro game ought to be a pretty good game. Brattleboro coming back up here to try to even things up.
That's a week from tonight. Of course, we got Rutland and Harwood in Game 2 tonight. Chuck Gady and Brian Montgomery at the points. It'll be Aaron Cook with Mike Rao and Ryan Smith up front for the Otters to start things off here in the second period. And let's see, it'll be Mark Parenti along with Tim Birmingham and also Matt Howe with Andrade and Staskowitz at the points for Twin Valley. A couple of times Coach Matthew Birmingham changed things up, as I noticed that Tim Birmingham and also Ed Helmer were out on the same line a few times, but Birmingham now back centering that line of Parenti and Howe with Andrade and Staskowitz at the points. Otters going left to right here in the second period. Twin Valley going right to left. Tim Johnson is the Twin Valley goaltender off to our right. Damian Gilmette for the Otters off to our left. Birmingham and Cook on the draw. 3-0. The Otters lead it. Here is we get set for second period action, and Birmingham sent out of the circle, and now Howe will take the draw as we're underway in the second period. Quickly it goes into the Twin Valley zone. Staskowitz back with it. Staskowitz shadowed by Rao. Got it out to center by Howe as it trickles into the Otter zone, and backboard is Brian Montgomery. Montgomery is hit top of the slot as Parenti had it for a moment and now comes out to the point. Andrade shot stopped at the slot, and with it now is Montgomery. Montgomery tries to clear it out, kept in at the right point by Staskowitz. Staskowitz sent it to the end board in behind Gilmette. Parenti tried to dig it out there, or Howe tried to dig it out there. Parenti also up front. Finally, the Otters clear it out to center, and a backboard is Andrade. George Andrade sent it off the far boards, wanted to go to Howe, knocked away at center. Now with it is Parenti over the line, got it to Howe along the far boards, but he lost it to Montgomery in the Otter zone. Montgomery bumped by Birmingham, and it came across the crease as Howe tried to send it to Parenti in front, but the Otters get it out to center. Backboard Staskowitz, and he fires the puck back into the Otter zone in behind Gilmette. And this will be offside against Twin Valley. As now the Flyers change up, as do the Otters. Early going second period, the Otters with a 3-0 lead.
Flyers showing a little life here.
Yeah, they came out a little bit tougher than they showed in that first period. Helmer with Adams and Zager now. Rupert is at one of the points. As play back in, Gady in behind his own cage for the Otters. Gady tried to send it out. It was knocked down. It took a funny bounce off the far boards as Helmer's in forward checking. Puck comes around now to Densmore along the near boards. Got it out to center. Stopped at center ice by Adams, and he steers the puck back into the Otter zone. As on a chase is Zager. Backboard is Gady for the Otters behind his own cage. Sends it out to Andy McDevitt along the far boards. Got it out to Sabrin center. Sabrin over the red line, bumped there by Jay Young. Got it into the Twin Valley zone as the puck was knocked away, and the Flyers clear it back out to center. Backboard Montgomery, wanted to go to McDevitt by him. With it for a moment was Adams, who was knocked away and then steered into the Otter zone by Zager, and backboard is Brian Montgomery. He's bumped at the slot, comes out to Densmore. Densmore at center, sends the puck over the red line, chases it down again over the Twin Valley line from the top of the circle, fires in wide. Comes along the far boards, now Andy McDevitt with it to Sabrin. Sabrin hit the side of the cage, it's in behind Johnson. Now McDevitt with it to the far corner. Andy McDevitt swings it around to the left wing circle, sends it off the near boards, and controlling now is Zager. Zager sending it out to center ice for Helmer. Helmer over the Otter line, knocked away by Allery. Coming over again is Zager, sent it in behind Gilmette, and backboard is Brian Montgomery. And we have a tripping call coming up here with 12:30 remaining in the second period. Doug Densmore will be going off for tripping for the Otters, and Twin Valley will be going on its first power play opportunity. The Otters have had 3 opportunities, cashed in on 1. Now Twin Valley has its first power play opportunity.
It's kind of ironic. All 3 of those opportunities were holding penalties against the Flyers.
Flyers sending back in Birmingham, Parenti and Howe with Andrade and Staskowitz at the points. Draw to the left of Gilmette right off the draw. It was a save by Gilmette right off the draw, Birmingham. And here's the shot from the left wing circle by Parenti, and Gilmette makes the save and hangs on. Damian Gilmette probably tested more in the early going of the second period than he was in the entire first period. As Twin Valley's on the power play, 12:22 remaining in the second period, 3-0 Otters, and at 53 left on the Flyer power play. Birmingham taking the draw for Twin Valley. Cook sent out of the circle, and taking the draw is Ryan Smith. Comes to the top of the circle, the shot goes in, deflected, and they score! The shot came in from the top of the left wing circle, a power play goal. I believe it was Howe. It initially came from the top of the left wing circle by Parenti, and it was deflected, and right there at the far post was Howe, and Twin Valley has Gun on the board, a power play goal. It's 3-1 Otters.
Boy, that took some funny bounces off of a few skates down in the slot. I'm not sure if anybody got a stick on that or not.
We'll wait for the announcements. Play back in. Both teams at full strength. The Otters have it in front. Ryan Smith and the quick shot. The save by Johnson, a beauty. Ryan Smith had a golden opportunity there as the Flyers with a new life here in the second period. Chris Johnson sends it into the Otter zone, knocked away by Gilmet. Back forward is Brian Montgomery. Montgomery in behind his own cage. Sent it out left wing side for Rao. Tried to clear it away. Kept in by Chris Johnson at the line. But back forward is Brian Montgomery. Montgomery skates it out to center. Over the red line. Montgomery over the Twin Valley line. Brian Montgomery still stick handling in deep to the end board. Brian Montgomery is hit by Andrade as the puck hits the side of the cage. They can't clear. Smith top of the circle. Fires in. Pad save by Tim Johnson. Rebound cleared away along the near boards, and Smith sends it in behind Johnson for Aaron Cook. Went by him along the far board. Staskowitz tries to skate it down, but the Otters get it out to the point to Gady. Shot knocked down. And finally still in the zone is Smith as he got it from Rao. In front to Cook. His shot goes wide. Cook trying to play it off the end board. Hit along the near corner. Cook still controlling. Hit again. Got it in behind Johnson. And a backboard is Staskowitz. And he clears it out right wing side to Richards. And Richards clears it the length of the ice. This will be icing against Twin Valley. 3-1 Otters. 11:01 left here in the second period. It was indeed Howe on that goal, the power play goal. Who got the assist?
It was definitely Tim Birmingham, I believe it was.
Or Birmingham on an assist, and it seemed to me Parenti also. Did they give 2 assists on that? I think Parenti took the original shot. Draw to the right of Johnson. Off the draw, the shot comes in. Saved by Johnson, and he hangs on.
Yeah, that was Matt Howe on the goal.
It was a power play goal. Matt Howe. As Sabrin taking the draw for the Otters to the right of Tim Johnson in the Twin Valley zone. After the draw, goes to Densmore to Gady at the point. Shot knocked down. Puck loose. As Twin Valley gets it out to center. Now back forward Andy McDevitt at his own line. They're re-announcing that for us. We thank them very much. Otters control at center as Sabrin steers it in behind Johnson. Back forward Rupert now for Twin Valley. Shadowed by Andy McDevitt. Rupert sends it off left wing side to Jensen. Jensen loses it in the zone to Sabrin. To McDevitt. McDevitt now is bumped by Young. Poked away by Corey Johnson. Still along the near boards, Twin Valley zone. The Flyers get it out to center, knocked back into the zone by Gady, and back forward is Rupert. Rupert in behind his own cage for Twin Valley. Rupert sends it out right wing side, can't clear. Montgomery keeps it in at the point. Send it to the far boards. Densmore to Sabrin. Sabrin avoided one man, but Corey Johnson comes over and steals and sends it to the near corner, still in the Twin Valley zone. Densmore in forward checking. There is Jensen. Jensen tries to clear it out and manages to squeeze it out to center, and back forward is Gady, his own side of the red line for the Otters. Fires off the far boards into the Twin Valley zone to McDevitt. Left wing circle falls down as he goes to Densmore, top of the left wing circle. He lines it up. Shot deflected to the far boards. Comes back out to the point now to Montgomery, to the right point to Gady. Top of the right wing circle. Fires in wide off the end board. Along the far boards to Montgomery. Sends it to the end board. In behind his own cage is Birmingham. Tries to clear it out, but Montgomery keeps it in. Sends it back to the end board. Densmore is hit by Birmingham. Sabrin is hit now in behind the cage. Birmingham still tries to clear it out, and he manages to do it this time along the far boards. It'll go the length of the ice, icing against Twin Valley. 9:20 left second period. The Otters with a 3-1 lead.
Corey Johnson had an assist on that, and it was, I guess, Tim Birmingham had the...
Okay, Tim Birmingham and Corey Johnson. I don't know if that's correct. I'm pretty sure that original shot came from Parenti, but nevertheless, Howe got the goal. It's 3-1. As play back in, Allery sends it in behind Tim Johnson to the near boards. Buckley tries to chase it down, but Gady with it. Then he's bumped. As over forward is Birmingham. Now with it is Parenti. Parenti starts it out left wing side. Pass knocked away at center, but he got it to Birmingham. Birmingham ridden off the puck at the Otter line, but with it now is Howe. Poked away at the circle. Howe got it back again. Turnaround shot goes wide of Gilmet. And over forward Allery knocks it away along the near boards for Buckley. Buckley gets it out to center, fired back into the zone by Staskowitz. And back forward for the Otters was Joe Allery. But we have an offside call here. And we'll have the draw just outside the Otter line. 8:43 left, second period. It is 3-1 Otters. Otters getting all their goals in the first period. Saber and Densmore and Cook. Howe has scored for Twin Valley here in the second period. That was a power play goal by Howe. Cook's goal in the first period. The third Otter goal was on the power play. Play back in as it's steered into the zone by Peretti. The Otters get it back out to center. Sabrin with it over the Flyer line. Sabrin to the right wing circle to the corner. Hit by Andrade. Birmingham backboard behind his own cage. Pass too far for Howe. Kept in by the Otters. Allery to Densmore. Try to center it. And backboard to Staskowitz. Staskowitz skates it out to center. Wojtek Staskowitz dumps it into the Otter zone to the end board in behind Gilmet. As Allery tried to come back for it, Peretti overskated, and now Sabrin with it. Sabrin tries to clear it out, kept in by Staskowitz. And just inside the line, fires in, and it goes behind the cage as it was deflected to the far corner. Peretti and Howe are both over there. Gady now sent it back toward his own goaltender, Gilmet, and he covers up. 3-1 Otters, 7:57 left in the second period. A draw to the left of Damian Gilmet. As Helmer is in, along with Adams and Zager. Rupert is in at one of the points, along with Jay Young. Rao, Cook, Smith, Gady, Montgomery for the Otters. Draw to the left of Damian Gilmet in the Otters zone. The draw controlled by the Otters. Montgomery, and right in front of his own goaltender. Montgomery also in there, out to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith back to Montgomery, up over the red line, over the blue line. He'll go in alone on Johnson, his backhander. He scores! Brian Montgomery! Virtually going coast to coast as the Otters lead it 4-1 with 7:44 left in the second period.
Boy, that was a nice assist, too, by Ryan Smith. Montgomery showing a really big burst of speed right up the center of the slot.
I say virtually coast to coast. Of course, not quite coast to coast. He did get the pass from Smith at center.
He beat all the Flyer defenders on that one.
Montgomery from Smith. Smith did feed Montgomery. He didn't quite go coast to coast, at least from the Midwest to the coast anyway. As he beat Johnson, he went in alone, and we got an offside call against the Otters. The draw just outside the Twin Valley zone. But the Otters have their 3-goal lead back again. 4 different Otters have scored as they lead it 4-1 with 7:37 now remaining in the second period. And the draw just outside the Twin Valley zone. Cook dumps it into the Twin Valley zone. Backboard Andrade for the Flyers. Swings it around. Rao in forechecking. Rao lost it at the circle, knocked away, but Montgomery keeps it in at the point. And now to Gady it goes, and his shot from the line goes wide. As it's cleared around by Andrade, can't clear it as Montgomery keeps it in. Aaron Cook at the corner tried to feed in front, deflected to Gady, sent it right by Smith to the end board. Over for it, Rao. Rao is hit by Andrade. Also coming over is Adams. Now Ryan Smith with it, skates it to the left wing circle. Ryan Smith trying to center it, and they try to knock it away. Smith got it back again from the slot. The shot goes in wide, and backboard Adams. Adams chops it off the near boards, send it out to Zager. Zager getting it out to Helmer at center. Trying to go back to Adams, trickled into the Otter zone. Gady had it knocked down. Gady gets it back again. Gady is bumped there by Zager as they both go down along the near boards, Otter zone. As the puck still loose, finally came to the slot where Montgomery tries to clear it out, kept in by Andrade. Andrade had it knocked down, and now Gady clears it out to center, and therefore it is Adams. Fires it back into the Otter zone, and back forward is Gady. Gady backhands it to his own line to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith now, his pass at center, intercepted by Helmer over the line. Montgomery comes over and pokes it out to center. Staskowitz had it for a moment. Now with it is Cook over the Twin Valley line, left to right. Cook ridden off the puck of the slot. Over forward is Zager, tries to clear it away. Gady keeps it in along the near boards. Had it knocked down by Zager. Now with it is Cook, top of the slot. Cook ridden off the puck. Puck loose. Somebody's on top of it. They finally get the whistle. Who was that guy on top of it? It was Ed Helmer. And we'll have the draw to the right of Tim Johnson in the Twin Valley zone as Andy McDevitt, Sabrin, and Densmore come back in for the Otters. And Brian Montgomery and Joe Allery will be at the points. It'll be Whitbeck, Richards, and Chris Johnson, I believe, in there now for Twin Valley, at least up front. Sabrin taking the draw. Off the draw, sends it out to Montgomery, left point, fires in. Tim Johnson makes the save and hangs on. Rupert is also in there. Let's see, Chris Johnson is in there. Kyle Whitbeck is in there. Not sure if Whitbeck has seen any action at all. Jay Young also in there. Saber again taking the draw for the Otters. Taking the draw there with Whitbeck. Cut to the end board. Rupert tries to chop it away. Goes to Saber to Montgomery at the left point. Fires in, save. Off the rebound, they're poking at it. Densmore had it for a moment. Now McDevitt trying to center it. Comes all the way out to Allery, top of the right wing circle. Fires in behind Johnson. Wanted to go to McDevitt. Knocked away. It comes along the near boards and is cleared out to center all the way back down into the Otter zone. And back forward is Allery. Allery behind his own goaltender. Allery is bumped as he gets it out to Densmore, left wing side. Densmore wanted to go to McDevitt by him. It'll go the length of the ice, icing against the Otters. 5:23 left, second period. The Otters with a 4-1 lead. The draw back in the Otter zone to the left of Damian Gilmette. Montgomery, Saber, and Allery, Densmore, and Andy McDevitt in there right now for the Otters. Andrade and Staskowitz at the points, with Justin Williams seeing some action now, along with Corey Johnson and also Dan Jensen for Twin Valley. Off the draw, Densmore tried to clear it away, kept in by Johnson, top of the circle, shot knocked down in front. And now Andy McDevitt skates it out to center to Densmore. Densmore over the Twin Valley line. Densmore deep on Staskowitz. Staskowitz poked it away, but it comes along the near boards for Andy McDevitt. Andy McDevitt lost it top of the circle, cleared out to center off Allery back into the zone, and finally cleared by Corey Johnson back to the Otter zone. Back forward easily, Brian Montgomery sends it up to Nate Sabrin at center. Nate Sabrin over the Twin Valley line, poked away by Staskowitz. Staskowitz gets it out to center for Twin Valley. At the red line, playing the puck now is Corey Johnson. Fires it into the Otter zone. Back forward Allery. Behind his goaltender, Damian Gilmette. Allery will start it off left wing side. Twin Valley in a change. Allery clears it the length of the ice, and this will be icing against the Otters. There's the whistle. 4:30 left is second period. The Otters with a 4-1 lead here. Game one of our hockey doubleheader at the Royce Mandigo Arena. Gady, Loisel, Buckley, Cook, and Montgomery in there right now. Birmingham, Howe, who's got the Twin Valley goal on the power play. Parenti was Staskowitz and Andrade at the points. For Twin Valley, the Twin Valley Flyers. Cook and Birmingham on the draw. It goes to Parenti, top of the circle, and the shot came in. Gilmette makes the save and hangs on. It'll be Birmingham and Cook again on the draw. The left of Gilmette. Back to Parenti, top of the right wing circle. Fires in. A nice chest-high save by Gilmette. Puck loose in the left wing circle. Comes out to the point, and it's fired in by Staskowitz. Deflected in front. The Otters clear out to center. As going down, Cook at the blue line managed to slide it all the way in on Johnson. Leaves it to the far boards. Loisel and Buckley are in forechecking, and Twin Valley clears at the length of the ice. No icing. As beating everybody to the puck is Parenti in behind Damian Gilmette. Otter zone. Parenti along the far boards. Lost it to Gady on a nice play. Gady's bumped by Birmingham, but it goes to Howe in behind Gilmette. Howe sent it to the slot, deflected, and the Otters clear it out to center. Andrade couldn't keep it in at the point. Andrade fires back into the Otter zone. Back forward is Gady. Gady now sends it out left wing side for Loisel. Knocked down, went back to Gady, tried to clear it. Kept in by Birmingham, top of the right wing circle, fires in, it goes wide. All the way around the boards, Ryan Smith had a knockdown by Parenti at the Otter line. Parenti lost it, and Loisel tries to chase it down along the far boards and manages to clear it out to center. It will trickle into the Flyer zone, and back forward is Wojtek Staskowitz. Staskowitz clears it back out to center, and too far for Howe into the Otter zone, and cleared back out by the Otters to the Twin Valley zone. Twin Valley gets it back to center, and Rowell with it. And Rowell fires back into the Twin Valley zone, but in behind his own goaltender is Andrade. Andrade sends it out right wing side. With it is Staskowitz, and he sends it back to the corner in his own zone. Actually, the pass went right by his line mate. He wanted to go to Andrade. Otters can't keep it in. It comes out of the zone. Gady fires back into the zone. Andrade finds it and clears it the length of the ice. This will go wide of Gilmette. Icing against the Otters. Will have the draw back in the Twin Valley zone. The Otters have the 4-1 lead. 4 different Otters have scored. Saber and Densmore and Cook in the first period. Montgomery here in the second period. Matt Howe scoring on the power play for Twin Valley here in the second period. 2:42 left in the second period. The Otters with a 4-1 lead. Sabrin will take the draw for the Otters to the left. Tim Johnson off the draw to Smith. Top of the circle, fires and save Johnson. And the rebound is cleared away to center by Adams on a nice play. Montgomery had it deflected at center, but back for Gady in his own zone. Gady gets it out to his own line, and Nate Sabrin. Sabrin skates it over the red line, over the flyer line now. To the right wing circle, backhanded in front, deflected off Young right to his own goaltender, and then Young knocked the rebound away. Zager can't clear, kept in by Gady. Finally, it does come out to center, and it's steered into the Otter zone by Adams to the end board. Backboard Montgomery, overskated it, Helmer with it, but he lost it to Gady. Gady along the far boards, Otter zone, goes to the corner as he changes direction, swats it around his own goaltender along the near boards, and the Otters clear it out to center. Sabrin getting the pass from Smith to Rao. Rao backhands it into the flyer zone. On a chase, Sabrin, he's hit by Helmer. Backboard is Rupert, and here's the call for interference, I would assume, on Helmer.
You saw that one coming.
Yeah.
He didn't even touch the puck. He was going into the left-hand board. And
yeah, interference on Helmer, who smacked into Sabrin, and that was the interference. And now the Otters have another power play opportunity. 1:48 left here in the second period. The Otters with a 4-1 lead. The draw will come in the Twin Valley zone. Birmingham and Howe, Andrade and Staskowitz, the four skaters for Twin Valley. Sabrin along with Densmore and McDevitt up front with Allery and Montgomery at the points. It comes out to center. Birmingham and Montgomery all tangled up. Howe at the red line trickles it into the Otter zone, and over for it is Allery.
Another penalty.
And we have a holding call now. 1:49 left on Helmer's penalty, and we got a holding call on Montgomery. So the Otters had the short power play. It went for 11 seconds. Now they'll be skating 4-on-4. As Montgomery going off for holding for the Otters. So it's McDevitt, Densmore, Allery, and Gady, the four skaters for the Otters. Again, Andrade, Staskowitz, Birmingham, and Howe, the four skaters for Twin Valley. McDevitt, Birmingham on the draw in the Otter zone. Birmingham with it, right wing circle, flips it in, it goes wide along the near boards. Howe will dig it out for Twin Valley out to the left point. Want to go Andrade, intercepted by Densmore. Over the flyer line, he'll go in alone on Johnson, his backhander. Score! Johnson got a piece of it, and then it trickled over the line. Doug Densmore, his second goal of the game. The Otters lead at 5-1, 1:23 left in the second period. Johnson made the save, and I just saw the puck behind him. It was just a question of when the referee was going to say yes. It did trickle over the line. Densmore with his second goal of the game.
Boy, that was a great effort by Densmore.
It is unassisted. His second goal of the game, Doug Densmore. Play back in, and both teams still skating 4-on-4. Andy McDevitt with it in the Twin Valley zone. He was hit by Andrade over for it. Howe trying to dig it out along the near boards. Howe lost it. McDevitt had it for a moment. Now Andrade with it. Andrade clears it off the far boards to center, where Allery steers it back into the flyer zone. Less than a minute remaining second period. Again, they're skating 4-on-4 as Twin Valley controls out to center. And skating it over the red line for a moment was Birmingham, poked away as it went back into the Otter zone. Allery got it out to center off Densmore, knocked back into the Otter zone. Allery manages to clear it back out to center. Over the line now, Staskowitz sent it to the far corner. Allery back for it. Went by Densmore, but it comes out to center and back for Andrade for Twin Valley. And from the red line, fires off the glass in behind Gilmet. And Gilmet smothers the puck behind his own cage. 25 seconds left in the second period. 37 seconds left on Helmer's penalty for the Twin Valley Flyers. 48 seconds left on Montgomery's penalty. Both penalties will go into the third period. Because he covered up the puck, the draw will come back. Let's see, why is it coming back in the...
You got me.
Unless, it came out, that was icing. I think it came in from outside the red line. I thought for a moment...
Delayed icing.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call a delay of game or something because he smothered the puck. But it was icing anyway as it went wide of the goaltender. So the draw in the Twin Valley zone, and Twin Valley skates it out to center, poked away by Gady. 18 seconds left in the second period. Steering the puck into the Otter zone is Mark Parenti. 12 seconds left in the period as Gady steers it back out to center. Andrade with it and fires back into the Otter zone in behind Gilmet. 5 seconds left in the period. Gady backboard. Gady lost it to Birmingham, but Gady digs it loose, and that's the end of the second period. And after 2 periods of play, our score, the Otters 5 and Twin Valley 1. 24 seconds left on Brian Montgomery's penalty. 13 seconds left on Twin Valley's penalty to Ed Helmer. As I was about ready to explain before that face-off in the Twin Valley zone, it would be a short 11-second power play opportunity for Twin Valley after that penalty is over to Helmer inside of the first 13 seconds of the third period. So the Otters led it 3-0 after a period. Saw Howe score on the power play for Twin Valley to cut the lead to 3-1, but Montgomery and Densmore scoring in the second period to increase the Otter lead to 5-1. And so that goal by Densmore is second goal of the game. So after 2 periods of play, our score, the Otters 5, Twin Valley 1. We'll be back after this timeout. 2 periods of play as we get set for third period action. Again, the Otters scoring. Doug Densmore a pair of goals. Nate Sabrin has a goal, a couple of assists. Aaron Cook and Brian Montgomery. And it was Cook's goal on the power play in the first period. Matt Howe scoring in the second period for Twin Valley on the power play. Rutland and Harwood in game 2 will have about a 15 to 20 minute intermission between games, and Bulldog Blair will entertain. We'll be back with third period action after this timeout.
Brighten your more than just sports headlines, mornings and afternoons on WSYB Rutland.
WSYB AM 1380.
Jack Healey back with Perry Bowe, Bulldog Blair, our engineers. We get set for third period action. Again, 13 seconds left on Twin Valley's penalty, Ed Helmer. And 24 seconds left on the penalty to the Otters, Brian Montgomery. In 13 seconds, when Ed Helmer comes back, it'll be a short Twin Valley power play opportunity for 11 seconds. 5-1, the Otters in control here in this Northeast Hockey League contest. Again, the Otters 2-3 in league play, 10-8-1 overall coming into this one under Coach Andy Helms. And Matthew Birmingham's Twin Valley Flyers are 9-6-1 overall and 2-2 in league play. So, Damian Gilmet will be in goal off to our right for the Otters. The Otters going right to left. Twin Valley going left to right. Tim Johnson in goal for Twin Valley off to our left here. The 4 skaters for the Otters, Allery, Gady, Cook, and Ryan Smith. Brian Montgomery will be back in 24 seconds. It'll be Birmingham, Parenti, Andrade, and Staskowitz.
Boy, it's tough, isn't it, when they're facing you that way? There's no numbers.
Next year I have a lot of sewing to do. I'm going to take all the uniforms of the teams that don't put the numbers on the sides, on the sleeves, and I will sew them myself. I can't even sew either. Otters going right to left. Yeah. Here in the third period, and Twin Valley left to right. We're underway. Gady in his own zone for the Otters. It'll be 7 seconds when Helmer comes back, as with it is Aaron Cook. Aaron Cook retreats toward his own line, rags the puck for a moment. Now Helmer is back. Twin Valley a short power play opportunity. 8 seconds left on Montgomery's penalty, as Cook is bumped at the red line, knocked away by Parenti. With it is Birmingham over the red line. Birmingham to the Otter line, over the line now. Dumps it to the near corner. Montgomery back. Both teams in full strength. Howe trying to go back to Birmingham. It comes out to Staskowitz. Send it to the end board in behind Gilmet to the far corner. Parenti overskates it, bumped by Ryan Smith. Over for Gady, tries to clear it out, kept in by Birmingham. Ridden off the puck, the backhander by Howe goes to the end board. Over for Montgomery. Poked away by Howe. Montgomery still trying to control. Comes to the right wing circle now, as Ryan Smith tried to get it out to center. Kept in by the Flyers. Ryan Smith fanned on it. Now Gady is hit in the Otter zone as it's poked away and puck on edge along the near boards. Kept in by Staskowitz. Staskowitz sent it in front, and Howe fanned on it halfway down the slot as it went to the end board as the Otters try to clear it away. Kept in again by Staskowitz, deflected to Gady. Gady behind his own goaltender. Sends it out right wing side, too far for Smith. Andrade kept it in at the left point. Now the Otters finally clear it out to center. Montgomery getting the pass from Gady. Montgomery over the Flyer line. Montgomery to the right wing circle. Tried to center it. Nobody there. Comes along the near boards. Cleared out to center by the Flyers. Allery fanned on it on the way by, so no icing. And back forward Allery as it's left for him by his goaltender Damian Gilmet. Trying to clear it away, kept in by T.O. Zager to the end board. Andy McDevitt now behind his own cage, sends it along the near boards for Doug Densmore. Taps it ahead all the way out to center, and knocked back into the zone by Andrade, gloved by Gilmet. And this will be a draw all the way back in the Twin Valley zone.
Again, the Flyers come out flying. Obviously being a little physical in the first part of each period.
13:03 left in the contest, 5-1. Otters, Rutland, and Harwood in game 2. We'll have about a 15 to 20-minute break. We'll wrap this first one up quickly. Get to the 7th Player Award winner, J.P. Carrera & Sons MVP. Densmore with it in behind Johnson. Densmore skates along the far boards. He has a pair of goals in this one. Trying to center, knocked away, went back to Densmore. Young had knocked it away. Densmore sent it to the end board. Now with it, Sabrin in behind the cage. Sends it in front. McDevitt backhander, save Johnson, and he covers up on the rebound. 12:45 left in the hockey game. The Otters in control. The Otters lead it to 5-1 here. Densmore with a pair of goals once again. Sabrin's got a goal. Cook in Montgomery scoring for the Otters. It was Cook's goal on the power play. Howe scoring on the power play for Twin Valley. Play back in. Ellery knocks the puck along the near boards. Twin Valley zone. With it now, Sabrin to the left wing circle. Sends it right in front to McDevitt, and McDevitt scores! Beautiful play. Sabrin to McDevitt right in front. And Andy McDevitt gets into the scoring parade. The Otters lead it 6-1. 12:34 left in the hockey game.
That was another perfect example. The Otters fleeing a defense right in their own zone. That was a nice play by Sabrin and McDevitt.
Yeah, that's it. Let's see, that's his 3rd assist. He's also got a goal. McDevitt from Sabrin. Play back in. McDevitt in behind Johnson. Trying to center it, knocked away. Is trying to skate it out is Whitbeck. Finally, it's cleared all the way the length of the ice by Andrade, and this will be icing against Twin Valley. We'll have the draw back in the Twin Valley zone. Andy McDevitt scoring for the Otters to make it 6-1 from Nate Sabrin, who's got a goal and 3 assists in this one. The draw to the left of Tim Johnson in the Twin Valley zone. 12:14 left in the game. We'll quickly wrap up the scoring at the end of the game after we take a quick 60-second break. The saves, get to the 7th Player Award winner, and J.P. Carrera & Sons Most Valuable Player here. See the Otters again on a Wednesday night, the 8th of February. Play back in, it trickles out to center and back forward Brian Montgomery, and he dumps the puck up over the glass and out of play. We'll have the draw at center ice. So the Otters are going with Cook, Rao, Smith, Gady, and Montgomery. And off the draw goes to Montgomery, retreats into his own zone, sends it up to Ryan Smith at center, now to Cook. Cook had it poked away, but Cook still controlling in the Twin Valley zone, right by Andrade, far corner. Cook wanted to leave it for Smith, and skating out of there with it is Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson up to center for Twin Valley, up over the red line, poked away by Gady, nice play. Aaron Cook sends it across the red line, and Twin Valley controlling. And the puck is deflected all the way into the Otter zone, back forward Montgomery. Montgomery now sends it up to Rao at the Otter line, up to Cook over the red line along the near boards. He plays it, sends it out to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith skates it right to left, gets it into the Twin Valley zone, now leaves it for Cook, left wing circle. Cook stops, looking, sent it in front, deflected by Smith, and Smith scores! Smith deflected it originally and then got the puck back and beat Johnson, and Ryan Smith gets into the scoring parade. 7-1 Otters with 11:20 left in the hockey game.
Boy, that was a nice play. Cook initiated the play on that one. He ditched it across, did a little spin move right over to Smith, and Smith redirected it right in the net.
Redirected it originally. I think then he got the puck back again, didn't he?
Yeah, it looked like he did.
We'll get to the assists officially here in just a moment. Play back in. The Otters buzzing around Twin Valley zone as Loisel sends the puck in on Johnson. He smothers the puck. Smith from Cook, and that's what they give, 1 assist. The draw to the left of Tim Johnson in the Twin Valley zone as the Otters lead it 7-1 with 11:12 left in the hockey game. Draw to the left of Johnson, and it comes out eventually along the far boards for Gady. Gady sends it in behind Johnson. Back forward Staskowitz, lost it to Loisel. Loisel and Birmingham on a battle. Loisel sent it in front. Cook poking at it. And finally, it's controlled by the Flyers, and they clear it out to center. Back forward, Brian Montgomery back to his own line. Pass deflected by Parenti. Got it into the zone. Montgomery poked it back out to center. Cook with it now. Cook over the Flyer line. Cook left to right. Top of the slot as he goes down. Shoots it in wide off the end board along the far boards. Buckley over for it. Backhands into the corner. And over for it is Staskowitz. Now trying to dig it out as Rupert sends it around the boards. Along the near boards now for Montgomery. Fires in, stopped in front. And Howe manages to clear it out to center. The Otters control with Gady. Sends it back into the Flyer zone. And back forward is Wojtek Staskowitz. Staskowitz sends it now to Rupert. Rupert sends it up to his own line to Howe as they get it out to center. Loisel manages to clear it back into the Twin Valley zone. As back forward Staskowitz lost it to Sabrin. Sabrin left to right. Sabrin in behind the cage. Sabrin now skates it to the right wing circle. Bumped and in held there. Trying to get it to Densmore top of the slot. But the Flyers clear it out to center. And back forward Brian Montgomery. Montgomery at his own zone for the Otters. Montgomery bumped by Birmingham. Got it to McDevitt over the Twin Valley line. McDevitt to the right wing circle. Cuts it in. Tried to center it for Densmore. Went behind him. Sabrin plays the puck along the near boards. Sends it back to McDevitt. Then he's bumped. But Densmore digs it out far corner. And he centers it for Sabrin to the far corner. Trying to center it for McDevitt. Knocked away in front. And finally cleared back down into the Otter zone. No icing. And back forward will be Allery. Actually, that was steered to him by Gilmet. Allery is bumped by Helmer. Is trying to dig it out now for checking Teo Zager. It's broken loose by Adams. Trickles in on Gilmet. He leaves it for Brian Montgomery. Montgomery now clears it out to center to Doug Densmore. Densmore to the red line. Doug Densmore left to right. Densmore sent it off Andy McDevitt into the Twin Valley zone. And skating it out now is George Andrade. Andrade got it to Helmer. Then he overskated it. McDevitt back over the red line for the Otters. Over the Twin Valley line. Gets sandwiched. But he sends it right to Sabrin. And Sabrin scores. And it's 8-1 Otters. And a flip at center ice by Nate Sabrin, or a somersault anyway. Don't want to exaggerate that. It was a somersault at center ice. Sabrin with his second goal of the game. And the Otters now have an 8-1 lead with 8:53 left in the game.
Boy, that was a beautiful play. Nate Sabrin just popped it right there. All time in the world to put that goal in net. He did it.
I believe it was McDevitt on the assist there as played back in. So Sabrin with a pair of goals and 3 assists for the Otters in this one tonight. It's been all Otters as the Otters get it into the Twin Valley zone. Jay Young back forward his own zone. Try to clear it out. Ryan Smith keeps it in far corner. And the cage came off the mooring. Plus, I think we have a penalty, don't we? Or do we?
I don't believe so.
No, they just blew the whistle for that.
It was definitely McDevitt on the assist with that Nate Sabrin goal.
8-1. Otters, 8:35 left in the hockey game. Sabrin with a pair, Densmore with a pair. Cook's got a goal. Montgomery's got a goal. McDevitt and Smith all scoring for the Otters. Howe scoring for Twin Valley. Draw to the left of Tim Johnson. Twin Valley zone off the draw. Ryan Smith chops it in behind Tim Johnson. And a back for it, Williams. Now trying to dig it out. Staskowitz. Rao is there. Broke it loose now for Cook in behind the cage. Cook backhander, far post, and covered up and smothered by Johnson. We'll have another face-off here in the Twin Valley zone. Cook, Smith, Rao, Allery, and Gady, the skaters for the Otters. Corey Johnson taking the draw for Twin Valley with Aaron Cook off the draw. Smith from the circle, fires in, deflected away by Johnson. Rao in forward checking, comes out to the left point to Allery. A shot deflected out to center by Jensen. Allery gets it back again, steers it back into the Flyer zone. Flyers get it back out to center. As it went behind Corey Johnson, got it into the Otter zone, chopped away by Gady, then knocked down by Johnson. Gady gets it back again, clears it around his own goaltender near side for Rao. Rao tried to clear it, but it's kept in by Jensen. Fires in front, but stopped by Allery. He clears it out to center off the far boards all the way to the Twin Valley line. Back for it, Rupert. Rupert sends it too far for Corey Johnson. Gady finds it his own zone. Sends it out to center to Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith now retreats to his own zone for the Otters. Ryan Smith skates it out to center. Ryan Smith over the red line. Ryan Smith gets it into the Twin Valley zone. As over forward is Rupert. And Rupert sends it out now for Staskowitz. Lost it to The Otters in the zone, lost it to Ryan Smith, came back out, and Gady from center ice fired all the way in on Johnson. Rupert now tries to clear it out. Rupert gets it out finally to center ice, and with it is Corey Johnson over the red line from outside the Otter line, fires in behind Gilmet as Twin Valley changes up. Back forward is Gady. 7 minutes left in the hockey game. The Otters lead at 8-1. Gady gets it out to center. Andy McDevitt lost it back forward. Staskowitz into Staskowitz into the Otter zone. Then he gets bumped as it's finally cleared out to McDevitt. McDevitt up to Densmore over the Twin Valley line. Densmore in on Johnson. Johnson makes the save, and Johnson leaves it for Jay Young. Tries to clear it away out to the point to Gady. Fires in, it goes wide. Rebound around the boards, dug out by Saberin. Saberin sent it right by McDevitt. It goes to the far corner. Over fourth there is Chris Johnson. Tries to clear. Gady keeps it in. Fires in front. Deflected by McDevitt. Saved Johnson. Young knocked it away, and Chris Johnson with it now. Chris Johnson clears it out to center. Gady with it at center ice. Steers it back into the Flyer zone, and back forward is Wojtek Staskowitz. Wojtek Staskowitz had it knocked down as it goes in behind the cage. McDevitt now with it. McDevitt along the near boards. Change direction. Gets bumped. Staskowitz tries to clear it away. Can't. Allery keeps it into the point. Fired to the circle. And now Twin Valley skates it out to center as Whitbeck had it at center. Whitbeck finally got it to Richards, who steered it into the Otter zone, but Gady gets it out to center off Saberin, and it's knocked back into the Otter zone by Jay Young in behind Gilmet. And back forward is Gady, bumped by Howe. Birmingham comes over, but Gady changes direction nicely. Gady along the near boards, kept in by Andrade at the point, fired to the circle, stopped by Gady, and now skated out to center by Saberin over the red line. Saberin goes down, but he got it to McDevitt, poked back out to center, and with it is Howe now. Howe bumped to the red line, lost it to Montgomery. Montgomery sent it out to Saberin, intercepted by Young from outside the blue line, fires in on Gilmet. He gloves it and leaves it for Gady. Gady in behind his own cage, up for Buckley along the far boards. Buckley now off Cook. Now Loisel with it over the red line. Scott Loisel over the Twin Valley line. Scott Loisel to the circle, trying to center it, went behind everybody. Birmingham with it. Birmingham clears back out to center, and back forward Gady. Now with it is Aaron Cook at the red line. Aaron Cook is bumped. He got it to Loisel. Loisel to Buckley over the Flyer line. Buckley is hit by Andrade as it's cleared back out to center. Goes along the far boards, and chasing it down is Peretti, and he clears it the length of the ice. This will be icing against Twin Valley. 8-1 Otters with 4:47 left in the hockey game. Pretty good action there for the last minute or two.
For the Otters?
Yeah. For the Otters in the whole game, really, except for a little flurry at the beginning of the second period, right up until the time Howe really scored the goal. When Howe scored the goal, it was about 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the second period. That's been it for Twin Valley. For the most part, the Otters have completely dominated here. Obviously, 8-1 lead here. Puck loose in the circle. Twin Valley zone cleared out to center. Helmer with it. Helmer over the red line, over the Otter line. Helmer bumped by Montgomery. Helmer still controlling. Trying to send it in front. Knocked away. Now the shot goes in wide off the stick of Zager. Got it to Helmer. Helmer bumped. Zager had it for a moment. Now Adams hit at the circle. And it comes to Montgomery, and Montgomery will start it behind his own cage. Montgomery bumped by Helmer, kept in by Staskowitz along the near boards. Rowell looking for it. Now goes to the end board in behind Gilmet. And over for it there is Zager, but he's bumped as the Otters skated out up to center. Aaron Cook with it. Cook over the red line. Cook over the Twin Valley line. Cook along the near boards. Cook on Staskowitz in deep. Wanted to send it in front. Back to intercept was Adams. And we have a penalty coming up here. Or did they just...
Well, definitely a penalty on the Flyers.
I think it's on Adams.
No signal called yet. Still no signal.
No, I'm sorry, it's on Staskowitz.
Tripping? Oh, holding. Another holding.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of them tonight. Wojtek Staskowitz on the hole, so the Otters go on the power play.
There's a fifth one tonight.
Yeah, Otters on the power play. It's a double minor. 4-minute penalty on Staskowitz, a double minor. Play back in. McDevitt out to the right point to Gady. Lines it up. Stopped in front. The turnaround by Saberin goes wide. Cook tried to center it, but it goes to the far boards. McDevitt couldn't chase it down. Helmer out to center now. Helmer hit at the red line, but still controlling. Montgomery is back. Helmer over the Otter line. Now Young with it at the right wing circle. Jay Young, right to left. Center right across the crease. Over for it is Aaron Cook. The Otters on to the power play for 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Virtually the rest of the game here. Montgomery with it. 3:29 left in the game now. Montgomery to McDevitt over the, well, poked away at the Twin Valley line. Nicely by, I believe, Andrade as he cleared it all the way back down into the Otter zone. As the puck loose in the circle. And now with it and skating it out to center is Ryan Smith. Smith to McDevitt. McDevitt right by Andrade. McDevitt will go in on Johnson. And he scores! Andy McDevitt on the power play. Oh, it didn't go in. I'm sorry. It went wide, apparently.
Looked like it went into me.
It looked like it went into me, too. I'm sorry. Check it. It must have hit the end board. Play back in. As over the line is McDevitt. And we got an offside Otters.
Boy, that looked like it went right in the net.
I thought it went in the net and popped out. I don't believe there's anybody manning the lights on either side here.
Boy, that looked like it went right around the inside of the net and popped right out the left-hand side, went in the right side.
Did that go in? Yeah, it did. Andy said, yeah, I thought it did. It did go in. Andy just told us it did, but oh well. It's still 8-1, 2:44 remaining here in the hockey game. Play back in. Densmore has it in behind Johnson and ridden off the puck to the far corner. Birmingham is bumped by Smith. As 2:37 left on the power play, the double minor to Staskowitz. Andrade swings it around his own boards. Near side, Montgomery with it now. Montgomery left to right. Montgomery ridden off the puck, and Twin Valley controlling out at center, and we got a penalty away from the play. 2:22, that was a double minor on Staskowitz. 2:22 left on that. More left on that than there is left in the game. 2:19 left in the game. We have another penalty coming up here. It's 8-1 Otters. There's no doubt Andy McDevitt did score. It hit the net and came back out. I saw it plain as day. Just you heard me yell down to Andy. He said that went in.
I can't.
Penalties on Brian Montgomery.
I can't believe the linesman did not see that.
And as a matter of fact, matching penalties also going off will be Jay Young. Both for roughing.
Not that it matters.
Yeah, but the Otters still going on in the both for roughing. So the Otters are skating 4-on-3. Still 2:22 left in the Otter power play and 2:19 left in the game.
Give or take a goal, it wouldn't make much of a difference. I think.
No, it doesn't. But I thought that definitely.
It went right around the inside of the net. I saw it.
I know. Off to our right, nobody is manning the light, and I guess that's the case off to our left too. So we've kind of depended on our own line of sight here, which is a little bit more difficult. And I yelled down to Andy McDevitt. That definitely went in.
It's on camera. To be able to see it on channel 15. Anyway.
Did that go in, Jack?
Yep.
Yep, it did. You saw it probably better than we did, and we saw it.
At least we know we're making the right calls then, Jack.
Oh, yeah. The draw just outside the Twin Valley zone here. It's 8-1 Otters. 2:19 left in the hockey game. 2:22 left on that double minor to Staskowitz, and of course the matching penalties, and they're skating 4-on-3 now. As with it is Allery at center, steers it into the Twin Valley zone, and a back for it will be Rupert. Tries to clear it away, does to Howell on the near boards. Now having difficulty, Cook knocked it down. It's out to Allery, sent it in front, and it's cleared out, and Allery keeps it in at the left point. Sends it to the far boards now. Sabrin with it. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the hockey game. Sabrin changing direction. Sabrin lost it to Howe as he got bumped. Rupert in behind his own cage. Bumped by Densmore as he steals. Now to Cook, left wing circle. Holds it. Goes left to right. He's bumped. And Birmingham now skates it out to center for Twin Valley. Birmingham over the red line. Steers it into the Otter zone. Back forward Allery at the end board. Minute 33 left in the hockey game. 8-1 Otters. Now Ryan Smith with it. Minute 35 left in the Otter power play. Out to center, Nate Sabrin. Now to McDevitt over the line. Let's see what happens here. McDevitt will cut it in on Johnson left to right. And he scores! Definitely, that one is a goal! Andy McDevitt on the power play. It's 9-1 Otters with a minute 21 left here in the hockey game.
Boy, they can't deny Andy McDevitt that one.
That's his second goal officially, even though he's really got 3. And that's on the power play. Is that his second goal? Or yeah, it is his second goal.
Of the night. Should be 3.
And of course now they'll be skating 4-on-4 because Staskowitz will be back, not necessarily on the ice now. He came to the bench. Minute 21 left in the hockey game. What happened now? Birmingham is going off now. So it'll still be 4-on-3. Yeah, Birmingham is going off for Twin Valley, so the Otters go right back on the power play, and I didn't catch the announcement there, but 1:21 left here in the hockey game. The Otters still on the power play. They lead at 9-1. Let's see.
Four men on the ice. They should be allowed 4, I think. Yeah.
Aren't they still serving? Wait a minute, 4? They're going to skate 5-on-4. Seems to me it still should be 4-on-3, shouldn't it? Because those matches don't. Well, anyway, Rao over the line for the Otters. The Otters again on the power play. Andy McDevitt along the near boards. It's in the Twin Valley zone. 1:10 left in the hockey game. And it's poked out to center, and with it is Helmer. Up over the red line, poked away by Allery. And now taken over the line by Parenti. Parenti had it knocked way up into the air by Cook, deflected to the far corner. Gady backboard. 55 seconds left in the game. The Otters lead at 9-1. As Andrade keeps it into the line, fires in, deflected off Gady and Allery to the end board. Back for Gady. Gady is bumped by Helmer. Helmer now sends it along the far boards, and fanning on it along the far boards was Adams. Now back for Gady. 37 seconds left in the hockey game. The Otters on the power play as Gady swings it around, but now we have another penalty.
Yeah, I think we're getting some frustration penalties here by the Flyers.
Helmer will be going off with 30 seconds to go. Now they'll be skating. Now they'll be skating 5-on-3. Could be a 2-man advantage. 1:10.
I didn't catch what that penalty was before this.
No, me either. We're just trying to get through this final 30 seconds. Otters are skating 5-on-3. Elbowing on Helmer. Play back in. It's at center ice. Rupert lost it to Rao. Rao over the line to the right wing circle. Fires in and scores! Mike Rao from the right wing circle. That's a power play. It's 10-1 Otters. 22 seconds left in the hockey game.
Boy, he came all the way in on that one. Just fired one right in between the legs of Tim Johnson. It could have been an easy save.
So they get one guy back for the final 22 seconds. And the Otters still on the power play. They've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3 power play goals in this one tonight.
Double digits. 10-1.
So the Otters with a 10-1 lead with 22 seconds left here in the hockey game. 20 seconds left, play back in. Rao over the line. Rao to left wing circle, try to center it, and they're poking at it. Buckley was there, so was Loisel. 10 seconds left. Twin Valley with it at center. Andrade with it. Andrade had it poked away, but it goes to Birmingham, left wing circle. Birmingham flips it in on Gilmet, makes the save. 2 seconds left. That's the hockey game, and the Otters have won it by a score of 10-1. And the Otters very impressive in this game tonight, beating Twin Valley by a score of 10-1. Buckley and also...
That was a Buckley that's on the power play goal.
Okay, Buckley on that assist on the goal by Rao. So the Otters rout Twin Valley tonight by a score of 10-1. Very impressive. They went off to a quick 3-0 lead in the first period. Never looked back, and just about everybody getting into the scoring parade. 10-1. The Otters winning it with the victory, go to 11-8-1 overall, 3-3 in the league. Twin Valley now 9-7-1 overall, 2-3 in league play. We'll wrap it up after this timeout.